Okay, guys. So here's an entry I took on AUDCAD. Actually, I missed the trade because of I refined my entry too much. So I'm here to explain the reason why it was not activated. And actually, this here was the analysis I did right here. Oh no, yeah, this one here. Uh, so if we do check on that, this was my analysis on QML and this domain zone, this base they were seen here. So yeah, if you check the dates, I did this. It was on the 4th of July, 2022. Yeah. So back to the trading view. Yeah. So I was actually on the 5 minutes because if you create advanced with this memory concept, you could do analysis on 5 minutes and have your entry on lower time frame. So I was on the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes. So what did I find here? On the screenshot, this here wasn't displayed, right? So what I notice here is that we have a breaker, minor breaker structure, and we have another breaker structure. We have a change of character here, a breaker structure, and we have liquidity generated here as equals, right? So if you look at this, we are having lower lows and lower high until we get to this point where we have a minor breaker structure. Now, why was I looking at this zone for my entry? And um, so the reason I was looking at that is this. We have lower time frame, higher time frame QML here, and we have a base here, like a demand zone, and then we have a breaker structure here, and then the quantity of equals created here, right? So I was looking at this, right? I didn't get to see this. I was because I saw this, I didn't happen to see this. But if I go down to lower time frame, like the 3 minutes, there's an inner QML inside my QML over here in the 3 minutes where we have the higher low, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we have the breaker structure here, and then the major breaker structure there. Now, my mistake was that I was supposed to look for the last down close candle, the last demand zone that did the breaker structure. And looking at this is not the area that did the breaker structure. It was this one right over here. And then we have our QML resting, yeah, the course module. I know some smart money traders don't actually trade the course module, but I do. I do for some reasons. And I do it with confirmation. Sometimes I enter course module when it is in line with my domain zone or another block. So looking at this is where I was supposed to have an entry and not this here because this did not break the structure. It did not break any structure. It has an impulse, but it's so back down, did not break structure. This is the area where we had that break of structure and the imbalance created, right? So what happened is that the market traded down to that area, and what did he do right here? Right here, we can see it create equals, and seeing the equals there, the double bottom, we can see that yeah, we have what the now the retail traders they see this as where they have an entry zone, and yeah, it's okay if you trade the retail trader, but this year in the smart money concept, institutional trading is now has liquidity equals, and the best part of it is that why looking for other block and know it is valid is that we get to have liquidity close to that zone, right? We get to have liquidity generated around our points of interest so that the smart money concept, what they do is that they grab liquidity and then use it to activate their orders. Use to activate the order, the point of interest. They have their entry at your stop loss. Your stop loss is the entry. That is why you need to study the smart money concept. This order block is close to liquidity, right? There is why this algorithm engineered this liquidity close to that zone. So that it has to grab the stop losses and then activate the entry of the smart money trader. This, mitigate the order block or the demand zone, anyone you choose to call it. So it doesn't matter. So here we see it close to that zone, and we have some dumb smart money traders that might see this and say this is valid since it did not tap into this point of interest. They're looking at this here. So the market maker will convince you, trying to test your mind as a smart money trader. Are you really a smart money trader? How to test your mind, make you think that that is a valid zone. But you have forgotten that if you find an order block close to liquidity, that order block is not valid. It is never valid. As long as this is liquidity, looking at this as another block or a demand zone, that is not valid. And looking at this, it did not break any short. It just did this, and then we have the breaker structure, right? Now, retail trader, they were expecting to sell from here. It has certified them and then broke up. Now, the other block is not valid if it is in line with liquidity. Right here, we have liquidity resting here. This is an inducement. So some smart money trader will see this and think they will have an entry here without knowing this here is here. So that is the importance of the QML, right? This is the importance of this. So this here is still valid. Even if your entry is here and it did not get activated, you just get close to that and push it up. It doesn't mean it is not yet valid. It happens. Yeah, it happens. But you shouldn't, see this as an inducement and the market coming down to that zone. You think this is not an inducement, this is a fake high, and this is a liquidity zone. You shouldn't be entering here as a smart money trader. So what actually happened? Back to the 5 minutes. Back to the 5 minutes. So looking at this, yeah, you cannot think you should have an entry there, right? So yeah, meanwhile I was looking at this here, so that was a mistake also. That also was my mistake. So yeah, so looking at this, right? First of all, confirmation of this that we have liquidity generator here. We have the custom model in line with that. And here, what do we still have here? The other block is still here, and you can choose the 50%, right? So what actually happened is that the market pushed up for a while. After it pushed up for a while, what happened? It came back down. And those that were thinking they want to sell here, you see them taking out, right? So if the stop loss was at this liquidity zone, it will take them out. But if the stop loss is still not there or is here, they are still in this market, right? But see how neatly it tapped the quasi model, right? Look at that. See the quasi model here? Tap that, and what do we see? We see a rejection from that zone. Now, as a small money trader, if you want to see an entry or the confirmation on your points of interest, you should actually wait for your confirmation. What is your confirmation? Once the price taps into your area of your point of interest, your order block, supply, demand, whatever you choose to call it, you have to wait for a Precon structure. Now, what do we see here? It tapped this, took out this low here, break structure. And what did it leave behind? It leave behind a last sell candle, another block, right? So not every down close candle you would see and you call it an order block or a demand zone. There are rules concerning why another block is valid. There are rules. So not every down close candle you will see. You'll be like, oh, that is another block. Or every up close candle you see, you call it, oh, that is another block. Like this here, you might say this is another block area of supply. But you see how the market kicked that out after some little respect, right? After some little respect. Now, this is not valid. This price is coming from what a mitigated demand zone, right? And what happened here? It was in a downtrend previously. We have that breaker structure. And why am I anticipating to enter this zone is that we have a trendline liquidity here on the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour we have a higher time frame part of supply resting above that mitigated the previous supply zone. So yeah, this is what I was looking at to place my take profit. But yeah, still yeah, back to where we were. So yeah, and you see what happened here. After it respect, it broke is happening. Okay, so after a little respect, we see it took out the supply zone because this is coming from where an unmitigated demand zone, right? That broke structure. This is where we have the breaker structure. I confirm the breaker structure if I see it break two zones, right? We have a change of character here, right? After a change of character, we have the breaker structure. We have liquidity of equals here. So yeah, it gave me confirmation, but I did wrong analysis by looking at this here. So you see it tabbed to a point of interest. The other block that's in line with the QML. That's how I confirmed. Sometimes that's how I confirmed my valid other block QML. And sometimes you see it on the institutional price level. Here, you can see that here, 0.87655. Now, after you tap this is where you're gonna say, yeah, this zone is valid, and then you can have a entry also. If we see we have liquidity generator here, it took that out breaking structure, and what do you leave behind? Again, you leave behind an area of demand right here, and you see sniper entry, right? See this sniper entry, tap on that, and then you see it rally up, and it did not even bother to do what? Come back to this area of demand till the market close. Now, once the market close, you see it consolidate. Seeing a consolidating market, you should not have an entry there and avoid trading when the market is closed. New York close. And also sometimes I don't like I don't even trade the Asian session. So this trade was a clean one up to 200 pips, but I wasn't on this trade. I missed it because I was looking at this. Why is my zone not valid? One, it did not break structure. It did not break structure. This is the area that broke structure in line with our QML here that makes it valid. And you see it just tap on that zone and you see reject. Now, being good with smart money concept, you could do your analysis on lower time frame, right? So because on the 4 hour you can see my entry, you can never, like, you won't even see that. So this wasn't traded on my MT5. But looking at this, you will say this is a damn close candle, but you can't confirm that because you did not see this break of structure on the lower time frame. You are not looking on the lower time frame, you are looking at the higher time frame, and you see, that move right there, and then trendline liquidity, and yeah, this was what I was looking at to see if I will have a confirmation there or not. So yeah, first thing I will in the next time I'm gonna do a video, I'll be introducing smart money concept, why an auto block is valid, and how to confirm an entry and why you should enter a valid zone. Gonna teach you everything about the smart money concept and a lot of things you need to know about smart money concept. And it's something most smart money traders won't. Sometimes they didn't say anything about that. You understand? And why sometimes I trade the custom model, why some smart money traders don't trade the custom model. So yeah. So looking at this, seeing a certain supply demand zone or other block, you first wait for a confirmation. Your confirmation is what? You wait for it to tap in. After it tapped in, you go to your lower time frame, see a change in character and a breaker structure. Once they retrace, they will test back, a reversal or a pullback is happening. You do what? Look for where we have imbalance and the value demand supply zone that broke structure. So yeah, that is it. Thank you.